Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. My name as always is Jamie Hughes and today I'm going to be giving you my review of Going in Style. Now as always with my videos, this review may include spoilers, so you have now been warned. Okay, Going in Style, let's jump into this review then. And I enjoyed this film. I knew I was going to. I'm a big fan of Zach Braff's work, so I kind of got what the style of comedy going into this film was going to be. But I don't think this film is going to be for everyone, I'm going to be honest. I definitely enjoyed it, but there were definitely points in it for me where it didn't work. This film is full of a lot of hit and misses. And don't get me wrong, when they hit a huge bullseye because there are some really genuinely great comedic scenes and some quite poignant scenes in this film as well, but there were a few scenes that fell flat. I just want to tell you about the scene that I loved and the sequence I loved the most in this film, and that was the scene with where they try and do the dry run and they try and rob the grocery store. I think from beginning to end, that whole sequence was the best bit of the whole film. It was genuinely so funny and the finest bit of slapstick comedy cinema I've seen in years. But then on the flip side, when they started planning the heist and doing the heist itself, it did feel quite rushed, that sequence, where I thought that could have done with a bit more fleshing out. I felt like it just sort of was all a little bit disjointed and felt a bit rushed, but then all of that was kind of vindicated towards the end of the film where they went back and explained what was actually going on during the heist. I really enjoyed that bit, and it kind of made up for the fact that they kind of brushed over it during the original bit of the heist, if that makes any sort of sense. But yeah, I enjoyed the whole sort of payoff of this film. It really worked. It worked really well. And I think this film works as well, so well, as I said, if you get Zach Braff's humour, I think that came across really well in a lot of these scenes. And I think that came across well with the actors, because I think they got it, they understood it. And there was some really great comedic moments, as I said, in this film. There's really great chemistry between the actors. And there's a really great story with the actors as well. Like, you can get behind why they're trying to do this, because essentially they are turning to a life of crime, and they're criminals, basically, but there's a real human level that runs through this story that gives you a reason to root for them. And because what they're doing, as I said, is bad, but because of what goes on in their lives, you can kind of see past that and you can kind of get into it, and I enjoyed that. But that being said, they built up these three characters really well. They had a really great story behind them. You knew a lot about them and you could connect with them, but I felt like a lot of the supporting characters kind of fell by the wayside, like his Michael Caine's character's daughter and his ex-son-in-law. Like, I would have liked their relationships to be fleshed out just a little bit more, because when it came to those sort of poignant scenes with the characters, they just felt a little bit flat for me, and they just felt, as I said, a little bit rushed and a little bit sort of flat. But overall, as I said, I enjoyed this film. I definitely think if you get Zach Braff's humour, if you've seen Scrubs, you will enjoy this film. As I said earlier on in this review, it's definitely not for everyone. I think you're either going to love this film or hate it. It's definitely a Marmite film. I enjoyed it. I urge you to go and watch it, because I say, just for that supermarket scene alone, it was really, really funny. But if you have seen Going in Style, let me know what you thought about it, whether you loved it, you hated it, or you're indifferent. Let me know, as always, down in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a like, give it a comment, give it a share, and give it a subscribe, because you'll be helping me out massively, and I really, really appreciate it when somebody hits that big old red button and subscribes. So I will see you in the very next episode of The Jamie Hughes Show. Ta-ra!